Okay, Virgo. Oh my goodness. I am noticing a pattern this month. There's a lot of signs, a lot of other astrological signs here. Hold on, I'm trying to sit. Jeez. This chair is so low. I have to sit on my foot because I'm just too low. Okay. So I've been noticing this pattern this month of other signs needing to learn the word no with others. Learning to make themselves a priority over others. Not in a selfish way, but in a loving way for your own personal empowerment and growth. So I'm noticing that a little bit this month. So let's get through it. So here's what I got for you. We have the sun in reverse. So there's a feeling of setbacks. When it's upright, it's like this, this joy for life where I feel connected to everything, celebrating life, a very empowering solar plexus energy, which is all about empowerment, confidence, strength. This feels like a very Leo card to me also. I mean, I may be wrong, but just for me personally, I kind of feel like a Leo vibe to it. So when it's in reverse, there's a disconnect here. A disconnect from I'm hearing the realities of life, a disconnect from the realities of life, where things kind of feel like it's a struggle to get to here, there may be minor setbacks, just kind of feeling like things aren't going as fast as you want them to be, which is interesting because when I was setting up for this video, I felt this urgency to get it going, like an anxiousness here, in my throat, in my chest here, this anxiousness to get it set up before the sun goes down. We got to get it done now. So I kind of feel like that urgency is creating setbacks, if you're feeling that vibe. But yeah, there is this feeling like, I'm working hard, but I'm not getting anywhere. And then we have the Hanged Man in what I consider the second week, or, the first half of the month. So we've got the Hanged Man. And this ties in with this. So this is just a continuing of the delays that you want things to move forward, but when you try to control things so hard, desperately, that's the word. So desperately trying to control things to move at a certain pace that you want them to, that creates resistance in universal law. Because, the universe is what controls everything. You can't force the will of the universe, You can only do so much in your power, in your personal will, and then the rest is up to, the elements of the world we live in, So learning to work with that energy will help to make things move easier, with less resistance So we had the Hanged Man in the second week, in the first half of the month. And the thing is if you really look at this person hanging here is holding a key. I don't know if you can tell because it's kind of blurry, but they're locked up here, but they have the key. Which means that, this isn't by anybody else's making. You have the ability to break yourself free of these self-imposed delays going on in your life. And the way to break free of these delays is to release the resistance to the flow of the universe. Okay? Releasing the resistance to the flow of the universe, working with the pace that, the world and the universe is presenting for you. Not forcing things to happen, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in the way that you want it to, and it's not going to happen in the timing that you want it to when you try to force it. So, third week, or the second half of the month, you're taking your power back, which is great. Because this feels like I am not in control of my life. I am not, everything's a struggle, and it's against my control, even though I'm trying to control everything, trying to control, and yet at the same time, I feel like the victim of of my circumstances. And it kind of spirals. It continues in this weird circle of I want to control, but I can't control, and I'm feeling helpless, and I'm a victim, and everything's delayed, and everything's just hanging in the balance, and I'm feeling stuck, and now you're getting to a point where you're I'm sick of it. I'm taking my power back. I'm pulling these swords out of my back here. Are these self-imposed swords that make me feel like a victim? And I'm getting my broom. I'm getting up, and I'm going to keep going. Pulling these swords out. Does that make sense? So, swords are mental, so it could be self-imposed, as in these thoughts, these victim feeling thoughts, these urgency feelings, this anxious way of trying to live in your mind. But then towards the end of the month, it's I'm taking my power back, but then it's almost like I'm picking up all those things. These are this is wands, 10 of wands. And then this is 10 of swords. But it's almost like those things that I pulled out of my back, now I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to carry them with me. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you continue to carry them with you? I'm pulling these out for the purpose of taking back my power. But then I'm maybe I should take these with me, just in case. When really the just in case is just in case I want to make myself feel shitty again. Just in case I want to make myself really anxious again. Just in case I want to make myself feel like I'm not doing enough. I can overwork my mind, on these things. These are burdens. Carrying burdens with you. Taking on too much. It could be taking on too many responsibilities. It could be just taking on, here it's taking on mental, negative ways of thinking about myself, beliefs. That could also be what it is, taking on beliefs that don't work for me anymore. And this chick's going uphill. How far do you think she's going to go before she tumbles and falls back down the hill? or drops everything, you know? So if you want to be productive, you got to put some of those down and go up the hill. Maybe you come back for them, maybe you leave them behind, especially if they're burdens and they're burdening you. You want to leave them behind. So for some reason, this month feels like a struggle. Things are delayed. Struggling to take back my power, but I can't let go of these beliefs that I have to struggle to get to where I need to go, that everything, that in order to succeed in whatever area of my life, it's going to take a really long time, and I'm going to have to struggle and bust my ass for it. Like, that's the Virgo way. It seems like every Virgo I know feels like they have to work their asses off for a very long period of time to acquire the results that they want for themselves, which isn't really the case. You don't have to bust your ass. You don't have to be miserable in this process of getting to where you want to go, you know? These delays don't really have to be there. It's all perspective, you know, looking at things from a different point of view and understanding there's different ways of doing things. And if you watched your yearly video for Virgo, check that out. It's only like 15 minutes or so. That's what this year is all about, taking a new approach to the ways you used to do things in the past, because it's not going to work anymore. We are all elevating to this new way of being as a whole in this world. And there's lots of ways that we as a whole would do things that are not going to work anymore in this new world that's coming about for all of us. So you have to figure out a new way of approaching things. And that does not mean that these new ways are a struggle. The whole purpose of, you know, letting go of these old ways is to bring out new ways that are better for us as a whole, you know, that are for our highest good. It's for your benefit, these new approaches to living your life in any way, in career, in love, in relationships, in personal beliefs, in happiness, you know? So we got through those cards, and now we're going to talk about the Romance Angels Oracle cards. This is the one that I pulled for you. Children. And I love this. Your love life is being affected by children. So this could mean that if you've been trying to conceive, you may be blessed with children this month. This could be, you know, if you're not, you know, if you haven't been trying actively, but you're in a relationship and, you know, there's a potential for children coming about, pregnancy. So, you know, if you're not trying or if you don't want kids, I definitely strongly recommend, you know, using some extra protection this month. So, or this could also be about, you know, channeling that inner child this month is going to, and bringing that into all of your relationships, especially your love relationships. You know, if there's a significant other in your life, or, you know, just with people that are important to you, family, friends, bringing this inner child out is going to help you so much this month. You know, it's going to help you to look at things in a more lighthearted way. It'll be easier for you to just, you know, let those stresses go, because it doesn't have to be stressful this month. You just mentally believe that it's gotta be, you know. So coming from a place like, you know, what would my inner child want me to do in this moment? What is my inner child trying to tell me? If, you know, if I was a kid in this situation, what would I do? make fun of it, laugh at it, make it fun, whatever it is that I'm doing, make a game out of it so it's not so miserable, if work is driving you crazy, try to make a game out of everything. Try to bring some fun into everything that you do. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? Just, so you can get, more money in your paycheck? Yeah, maybe you're getting a bigger paycheck, but what are you doing with it? Are you enjoying the fruits of your labor? You know what I mean? So channeling that inner child, especially in love relationships, it's going to bring you to a whole other level. Okay? So I'm pretty excited about this because I'm married to a Virgo and we've been trying to conceive for 3 years now. So it's kind of nice to see this. Maybe, you never know. So there you go, Virgo. And then on top of all of that, I'm bringing the creativity into the Creative Gypsy. So I did an abstract painting for you guys. I just got back into painting, so I wanted to make it lighthearted and fun, bringing the fun back into everything that I do. So I started finger painting to really get myself fully into it and also make it abstract so I'm not worrying about the outcome of what it comes out to be. You know what I mean? So I meditated on you, Virgo, and this is what I came up with. And it feels like you guys are dying for self-expression. You are dying to be heard. You are you're desiring to be heard. You're desiring to express yourself very strongly. Blue, this deep blue is the throat chakra. And looking at this, it almost feels like it's gonna just burst. You know what I mean? Like this desire for expression is starting to force its way through and out it comes. So just be careful this month because these struggles and stresses and delays and everything and all these burdens and responsibilities and you might want to take it out on somebody that doesn't deserve it. So this is your warning to channel your inner child. Have fun this month. Allowing yourself to be heard, but not exploding to make sure they hear you. You know what I mean? So there's that energy, but then also I kind of feel like it's just emotions in general bubbling up again. So I talked about that a couple months ago where emotions were coming up very strongly for y'all. And it was November, December. It was coming up pretty strongly. So it seems like it's starting to bubble up again for some reason or another. I think you have worked through some stuff in November and December, which is wonderful. I'm very proud of you, but I feel like there's still some things to deal with. I don't want to sound harsh, but Virgos sometimes can be considered kind of emotionless in a way. Just Virgos at their core can be very almost robotic, very analytical, a little bit OCD about wanting things to be a certain way. I find the faults in things and I'm going to work to fix them and get better results, Getting from point A to point B, and that's it. And not really bringing the more human parts of you into it. Emotions are very human. So I feel like what's going on is that the analytic, wanting to fix things and improve things is merging with the desire to be more human and more in touch with my emotions. They're coming together. You know, it was just a matter of time before you start seeing the faults in yourself that need to be improved. And my light just went out. But that's okay. See, not everything doesn't have to be perfect. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just, you know, this is kind of like the stereotype Virgo vibe. You know what I mean? So, working with your emotions this month, you know, giving yourself a break, channeling that inner child for some fun.